Hello, everybody. Woo! Well, it's that time. It's that time of day. It's Saturday, which means I'm going live for a Wrestling Week in Review live stream. Okay. Just give me a second. I want to. Okay. I. Oh, man. Am I fired up today? I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say, and none of it's good. None of what I have to say is good. So be careful. So beware. I may or may not say a few choice words on this live stream. I hope not, because I don't want this live stream to get taken down, because you know why. But boy, am I fired up for today. And if there are some of you, hey, Tony, I'm gonna add you as a standard mod. I know. Thanks for coming. And those of you who may be just joining, and those of you who probably will join, if you want to hit that like button, you don't have to, but I would greatly appreciate it. And hey, Austin. Hey, Austin, I'm glad you're here. But, oh gosh, where do I begin? Where do I begin? Well, this is a Wrestling Week in Review live stream, so I guess I might as well just get the Coastal. Hey, Coastal Spy Ninjas. Hey, haven't seen you in a. Haven't seen you since I saw you comment on one of my earlier channel. One of my, I guess, I think it was. I think you left a comment on my one of my videos, or that you had subscribed. Oh yeah, I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. And if you guys are just now coming in and you want to hit that like button, you don't have to. I would very much appreciate it though. Thank you. And yeah, I don't do that anymore. And that's not why I'm here. I'm here to do what I normally will. I'm here to do my normal thing. Wrestling Week in Review. So where do I even start? Because this week has been a lot of hit and miss. I will tell you that right now. Like, Raw, I'll tell you this much. Raw has been what it's been the last couple weeks. One week it may be good, it may be decent. Oh, if you want to, Coastal Spy Ninjas, since you're a mod, you can put your link, the link to your channel in the chat. That's something I've found out, is that when you're a mod on someone's channel, you can then put the link to your own channel, or you can go to someone else's channel and put the link to their channel in the live chat of someone's live stream. So if anybody wants to put the links to their channels in the live chat, they are more than welcome to do so. I figure now, not only am I, when I go live, I'm not only going to be letting people, I'm not just going to be talking, I'm going to let people promote their own channels if they want to. They don't have to, because they don't have to put the links to their channels in the live chat if they don't want to, but I'm allowing that because now I just want to. Also, I just want to, because I know last week I was kind of, I said that I had a temperature of like 99.6 last week when I got up in the morning, and I just felt terrible. I got better as the day went on, and I felt good enough to go to the library here and to do this live stream last week, but this week, but since then I've been sort of, haven't had a temperature since then, but I've still had a nagging cough, and it just doesn't seem to want to go away, and drainage and stuff that just doesn't want to go away, but that's okay. But that's okay. At least I don't have a temperature anymore. But yeah. Well, I got 5 people and I've only got 2 likes. Come on, people. If there's actually people here that's actually here to watch and they want to hit that like button, again, like I've said now, twice now, and you don't have to, but I would appreciate it. I would very much appreciate the likes because I need to get more subscribers. I'm trying to get to 300, but it's at like 259 right now. I'm trying to get up to 300 subscribers, but I'm currently at only 259. And I'm trying to grow. And so recently, what I've been doing recently is I've actually been uploading some shorts, some like shorts. And I've been trying to upload some like shorts to my channel, and I have, and so far most of them have gotten at least over 100 views. So I mean, there's that, but back to what I was talking about. Back to what I really came here for. Wrestling. Okay, let's see. It's over 3:54 right now. 6 minutes, and that means I started at like 3:48, which means by the time I'm done, hopefully I'll be done by 5. Hopefully I'll be done by 5. So I want to be on here for at least an hour. Hopefully I'll be done by 5. That's what I want. That's what I want my ending time to be. So yeah, Coastal, if you want to subscribe to Austin Beninger, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. And he's a friend of mine, and I can vouch for him. Also, let's see. Oh, those of you who may need to... There. That way you can see me just a little bit better, because I had because recently I've been using my screen, my phone, I've been using my brightness at like half, at like 50%, basically. Because apparently having your phone's brightness on at only 50% actually sort of slows down, I guess, in terms of like this phone compared to I have 2 phones. One of the phones that I do have, the battery, it drops like a lightning rod. It drops fast. Like it only takes like a minute or two. It only takes like a minute or two for the battery on my other phone to drop from like 100% to like 80%. Let's Mr. Helpful review. Well, hey, I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to help you get monetized. Because I'm not even sure if I know how to get... I don't really necessarily know how you get monetized, but I've only got 259 subscribers, and I'm trying to get to at least 300 by the... I mean, I feel like I'm just... Right now, I feel like I'm just setting small goals for myself, like at least 3, because every time I get to a new number of subscribers in like increments of like 50 or 100, feel like, okay, when I finally do get to 300, the next number I want to get to is 400. Because then that's something. I mean, the fact that right now I have 259 people subscribed to this channel, that's actually pretty neat, because I have another channel that has just over 1,000 subscribers, but I have not been able to get access to that account in quite some time. But if some of you guys that are subscribers to me on this channel don't know what my other channel is, and you actually would like for me to send you the link to that channel, then I would love to send you the link to my channel on my community. I'll post a community tab today at some point of the link to my other channel for those of you who maybe are subscribed to this channel but don't know that I have a second channel that I have been posting content on since like 2018, since like 5 years ago. Yeah, I'll get there. Yeah, I keep working on. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm just gonna keep, and I'm not like other people that are constantly just uploading stuff. Like for me, I go live every Saturday. Saturdays are the only day where I know for a fact that I am going live and I'm going to be uploading something. But on any other day, I could be like, I don't want to upload a video today. I don't want to do a live stream. I don't want to do this or that. I'll send you the link. I can send you the link via messenger if you want, but for those of you who, because Tony Miller, he follows me on Facebook, so I can just send him the link via messenger. But for those of you who don't know me from Facebook or Instagram and just know me from YouTube, and I'll subscribe to this channel, but are just now finding out, hey, I have another channel that has videos and stuff on it that you can watch and stuff if you guys want to. I can send you guys the link via my community tabs, and I'll put a video, and maybe I'll start sharing some of my videos from that channel onto this channel via my community tabs. And that way, if people want to, they can watch those videos and they can leave comments if they want to. But yeah, what I'm here for, Wrestling Week in Review. So Monday Night Raw it's been what it's been. It's been okay. It's been okay at times, and then it's been complete duds. I mean, post WrestleMania, the WrestleMania, Raw after WrestleMania, worst Raw ever. Worst Raw ever. Recently, we had a Raw that was just as bad, if not, maybe not quite as bad, but it was just as bad. And it sucked. It's been not so good this last couple. I mean, since WrestleMania, it's like WWE has been booking the shows on autopilot. The only WWE show that actually has been booked pretty decently since post WrestleMania is NXT, because they will. And I know some people will say that they still don't really like NXT, that they don't like the stuff that's been shown in. There we go. So I just gotta stand up for a second. I had to fidget with something, and I didn't want you guys to see it, so. Because that would have been so inappropriate for YouTube. And if you guys want to know what I'm drinking, it's Powerade Zero mixed berry flavored. It's so good. Definitely get it if you have. But yeah. I mean, some people still don't like NXT, but I mean, NXT recently, if you were to tell me like a year ago, like maybe a couple months ago, how I would great. The Moxley. You may think you're doing. You may think you're smart, but I'm smarter than you. I'm sorry, but the trolls on YouTube are, yeah, there's something, all right. Well, I mean, look, NXT, it's been. If you were to ask me to rate the WWE shows on a scale of 1 to 10 weekly, like what would I give Raw? Basically a 5 out of 10. Maybe 5.5 at the most, because sometimes it's okay, but then other times like the two Raws that I described earlier that were complete duds, they would have been like a 3 or 2 out of 10, 2 or 3 out of 10. But then NXT, consistently, I would say that I would rank it at least a 7 out of 10, because at least NXT has been showing me that it's consistently good. Maybe not great all the time, but it's consistently good, and it's okay, and it's never bad. So that I'm fine with. And I can't even watch it. I can't watch NXT. I can't watch NXT or Raw because I don't have USA Network and I don't have cable. So, and the fact that NXT seems to be the more consistent show, seems to be the better show now every week, that's saying something. That's saying a lot. Okay. Now AEW Dynamite, it's also a bit of a mixed bag. Some days, some weeks it's good, other weeks it's not good. I mean, if you were to ask me to rate AEW Dynamite weekly, I would also give it like a 7, maybe a 6.5, because weekly, because AEW is good. AEW is always going to be good. It's never going to be. I know that it's never really been great or awesome for a long time, but it's been good sometimes. And then there are other times where it's like, it's okay, but it's not the best show I've seen this week. I mean, I definitely want Devil in the Impact, because I'm sure not very many people watch Impact Wrestling anymore. Those that do are basically just diehard core fans. I don't know. I mean, I know who it is. I know who it is, Tony. I know who it is, and it's a guy who doesn't like me. He's a guy who doesn't like me. And he's Australian. And guess what? He's younger than me. And he has the mouth of a 40-year-old trucker. But I'm trying to ignore his comments. And what I'm just doing every time I see him and one of his fake accounts pop up, I'm just time him out and hide him from my channel, clearly, because I don't tolerate that kind of stuff on my channel. And I know a lot of other people wouldn't either. So I'm just gonna, yeah. And I know I think one of the, like a Coastal, he was saying how he missed my, like, Instagram, yeah, I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. And I'm not just saying that I'm not doing it anymore, like on Instagram or Facebook anymore. I'm not doing it at all. But don't worry, Tony. Obviously, you know that you know. But yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. But that's not why I'm here. Apparently, I don't know what this is, but apparently we're getting a blind tag team tournament where two randomly paired teams vied for a shot at the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Now, apparently, Adam Cole and MJF are one of the two teams. I'm like, oh god, how in the world are they two? AEW is testing the can they coexist storyline in professional wrestling, because Lord knows we've seen WWE use it to death. Like Vince McMahon, I'm sure loves to use the can they coexist thing. Like in 2021, when Big E and Drew McIntyre were fighting over the WWE Championship, heading into Crown Jewel, we saw two matches. We had two tag team matches. We had two tag team matches where Big E and Drew McIntyre took on the Dirty Dogs and Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. And both times it was like we were just waiting for both of them to just explode. And start beating each other up. It happened once. It happened the first time it actually did. The first match, it did happen. The second time, they were much more cooperative. And then we've seen Drew McIntyre and Sheamus have to be in a tag team together on a number of occasions when they were still feuding with each other. And it was like, oh God, can they coexist? Like, yes, they were able to, but then by the end of the match, they were fighting again. Yeah, the best way to deal with a bully is to just ignore them, and that's what I do. I ignore them by telling them that their comments mean nothing to me, and then I time them out, and then I hide them from my channel because I don't want them on my channel leaving the comments that they leave. It's stupid that they think that this person thinks that they're even getting to me anymore, because also what is now, because now I've also real because now there's something that has happened recently that now has changed in the power dynamic of Power Shift, is that I've actually seen this guy that I'm telling you right now, the guy that had sent the comment that they sent in the live chat. I know who the guy is, but recently I actually saw for the very first time what he actually looks like, what his face actually looks like. And I just was laughing. As soon as I saw his face, I just bursted out laughing. And because now not only do I know what he looks like, now I know he looks worse than me. And so I'm now so happy, because now not only will I no longer be affected by any of the comments he puts either on some of my videos or my live streams. I mean, they weren't affecting me before, but now they're never gonna be affecting me, because now I know what he looks like, and he looks worse than I do. I mean, I look pretty nice if I do say so myself. I'm sorry, but I look hot. Oh, yeah. That's not why I'm here, though. I'm not here to talk about the trolls that want to parade around my channel, because they do. I mean, and some of them aren't even him. Some of them may just be just random trolls that I don't know who they are. They're just here to fuck up my live streams and just or my videos and just say that I shouldn't be doing that I shouldn't be on Facebook or on YouTube doing what I do. But that's their problem, not mine. So on with the live stream. Wednesday, Dynamite. It's been good. It's been bad. I mean, it's been good. Some days it's been really good. Some weeks it's been really good. And then some days it's like, I don't know. It's okay, but not great. Could be better. Right now, I actually think AEW may be the best show in the world of professional wrestling right now. I don't know why, but it just seems to be doing better than WWE a lot of times. I mean, if Raw and SmackDown keep getting booked the way that they're getting booked, and the shows are consistently like duds, like anything, like if I were to consistently rate Raw and SmackDown at like a 5, 4 or 5 out of 10 or less, like a 5 out of 10 or less, and then AEW consistently seems to be putting on like 7 out of 10 or 7.5 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 shows. Like shows that are like 7 out of 10 or 7.5 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. Like clearly it's gonna be better for AEW in the long run. Not so good for WWE because clearly people are gonna see, hey, AEW's doing better. No, she hasn't, and you're going in timeout. Hide you, I'm hiding you. Thanks, Tony. You're pretty okay in my book. You're okay in my book. Oh, and please disregard that last comment. That comment was by the same troll that left the earlier comment on a different account of his. This guy has like at least a gazillion accounts. Obviously not gazillion, but just letting you know, he has a lot of accounts. A lot of them are just troll accounts that he uses to troll people with. Mainly me, because I'm the only one because I'm literally his greatest. I mean, I'm the guy that he likes to troll the most, and I'm literally the only guy he likes to troll really right now, so. But still. But I digress. He's trying, but he's not getting anywhere with me. Well, and now on to basically the whole reason why I've been going live and the whole reason why I do this is so that I can rad on the only wrestling show that I actually can watch, and that is Friday Night SmackDown. Friday Night SmackDown is on Fox, so I can actually watch it, and I can see the show, and I can see just either how good or how bad it is. Oh, and brother, last night was bad, like legit. I'm sorry, but if there are some of you that are watching this video that are wrestling fans and are fans of SmackDown, and you think last night's SmackDown was actually good, oh boy, you came to the wrong place because I am literally going to tear this show apart limb from limb. I'm literally going to pull a Shayna Baszler. I am going to literally tear this show apart limb by limb, which is basically one of Shayna's favorite things to say. Like, she likes to tear limbs, tear body parts, like limb by limb, tear opponents limb by limb. It's basically what she does. And she's pretty darn good at it, too. But hey, I mean, it's not like the entire show was terrible. There were bits and pieces that were good. Like LA Knight and Rey Mysterio had like a sort of like a 9.5 minute match, like a 9 minute match that was okay. That was okay for what it was. It meant really nothing that much. That really didn't mean much at all. And then the opener was definitely the best part of the show. Clearly, the Usos came out, said what they needed to say. It was definitely a good opening segment and a good promo by the Usos, as always. As always, the Bloodline got the best. The Bloodline storyline got the best segment of the night, and it was the opener. And then everything else was basically either just subpar, or just complete dull, or just boring, and a snooze. Like, there's a guy I subscribe to here on YouTube, and I've been saying his name a lot. JD from New York 206. He didn't really have much to say about last night's SmackDown because it sucked. And usually I'll see him go live at the end of a SmackDown for like at least 2 hours. And his live stream last night, post SmackDown live stream last night, went only like an hour and 44 minutes. That's how much the show sucked. I will usually go live. I usually will try to go live for a week, Wrestling Week in Review live stream for like an hour, just talking about all the wrestling shows for this week that I watched this week, that I was able to see this week, and I was able to review this week. But I don't do Impact because nobody watches Impact. But I'm just going to say it. SmackDown sucked. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to be like, yeah, I agree with you. But then there are other people that are going to be like, no, how can you say that? Like, I think it's pretty clear who is responsible for this. Like, look, Triple H. Technically, Triple H, I don't know what's going on with Triple H, but I think Triple H is still I'm pretty sure Triple H is still technically being called head of creative for WWE. And if that's true, then it's pretty much clear who's running the show, because he may still be technically head of creative, but he's not running the show. It's clearly Vince McMahon who's running the show, and he's running it into an early grave simply because of one thing and one thing only: jealousy. He's jealous. He got jealous of the fact when he supposedly retired and left back in 2022, in like the late spring, early summer of 2022, he basically, and when Triple H eventually did come back, and when Triple H became head of creative and was running the show, he basically had a much better show. It was a much better show. Like, everybody felt better. Everybody felt better about the shows. Everybody felt better about, morale was up, like through the roof. And people were actually happy to be at work because they know someone was head of creative who actually got the fans and knew what the fans wanted. And then when Vince came back, slowly but surely, we started to see the ripple effect. Like, at first, okay, when Vince first came back, apparently it was just in a business sense, in a business point of view, because he was gonna help with the sale of WWE to Endeavor, and that's what we were told, is that he was only coming back to sell the company and to handle the business side of WWE. That's what we were told. But obviously, we were like, oh, okay, we hear you. We hear you saying that he's only here to handle the business side of WWE, but how long is it going to be before Vince McMahon decides, I want to start dipping my toes in creative again? Because I'm seeing what my son-in-law's putting out there, and I don't know if I like it. Yeah, and most of what your son-in-law was putting out there was actually good television. And apparently you don't like the fact that, and apparently Vince McMahon didn't like the fact that his son-in-law was putting on a better program than he ever could. And that's the reason why we're now getting the shit shows that we're getting. I said it. I said the S word. I'm sorry, but it had to be said. We're getting basically garbage week in and week out, and it's because of Vince McMahon. And all because Vince McMahon can't let anybody else book this show better than him. It's basically an ego problem with Vince McMahon. He basically has an ego problem. He cannot let anybody else book the show other than him because he apparently didn't like it when his son-in-law was actually booking the show better than he ever could. And last night's SmackDown was just a realization that Vince McMahon needs to go. Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans was terrible. It lasted no more than 3 minutes. It was basically 2 Vince McMahon pet projects in the same match. I mean, we all know Vince McMahon loves blondes, hence the reason why we've gotten Charlotte Flair as probably one of the reasons why Charlotte Flair was a 14-time women's champion. Hey, I got 4 likes. Hey, thanks, guys. I don't know who's suddenly liking the streams, but hey, thanks for the likes, guys. I really appreciate it. But yeah, 37 minutes already. Wow. But yeah, the show last night it was not good. It was not good. It was terrible. I'm like actually almost glad I didn't watch it. But I'm almost glad I didn't get to watch the first hour. Although the first hour may have been one of the better, because we got Rey Mysterio versus LA Knight in the first hour, plus the opening segment with the Usos. That was probably one of the better matches, even though it was sort of sloppy from what I heard. Because I didn't get to watch it because I was at VBS. I was at Vacation Bible School from like 6 to 9, basically. So I got home at about 9 o'clock. So I basically missed the first hour of the show. I was able to watch the second half, which had the Grayson Waller effect, was pretty deadly. We had the Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans match. Oh, and guess what? The matches we got on SmackDown weren't originally supposed to be there, because originally we were supposed to have Bayley versus Shotzi, with Bayley putting her spot in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match on the line. And something tells me Shotzi would have won the match, either by interference from Io Sky or just winning the match on her own without any interference from Io Sky. Either way, I think Shotzi was gonna win that match, and then she was gonna be in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. But that didn't happen. And apparently we were supposed to get a triple threat match between Butch, Santos Escobar, and LA Knight. That didn't happen. Yes, we got LA Knight versus Rey Mysterio, and LA Knight actually won clean, which was surprising because I know he's technically supposed to be a heel, and they've had him win his matches recently through dirty tactics, which obviously is the heel thing to do. And I've actually been saying this for a while now, but there's something that a phrase that I've been coining for a while. I've actually started to, want to coin for the first time. I'm actually going to coin it the Undertaker effect. something that I'm calling now the Undertaker effect. That's now a phrase that I'm giving to a certain superstar who, whether they're a heel or a face, the crowd just cannot boo them. It's the one of a superstar that I really liked back in the day was I've watched now for a long time now. I've watched now for a while since I started watching WWE, and I now have come to really, really like and respect is The Undertaker. And from what I've seen, he's played both a heel and a face during his career, and the crowd just never seemed to want to boo him ever at all. And that's now what I'm thinking is happening with guys like LA Knight, guys like the guys who the people are cheering for, who are heels, and yet the crowd seems to be cheering for them. I think Seth Rollins could also. Right now, I feel like Seth Rollins could play a heel character, and the crowd would still basically cheer for him. That's what I'm giving. That's the vibe I'm getting from LA Knight is that he's giving me like Undertaker vibes in terms of the response that he's getting from the crowd. Is that nobody ever wanted to really boo the Undertaker because he was so loved by the fans. And that's what I'm getting from LA Knight. They want to cheer for him, and he's a heel. Which means that it doesn't matter which role they have him play, face or heel, they're going to cheer for him, and he's not going to get booed. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion on it. That's my take on it. So, I mean, Charlotte Flair wins in 3 minutes. Then we get Asuka attacking her from behind and sort of dancing a little bit, which was I don't know, not needed at all. Really not needed at all. And then, like, I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to tell you, but and then like near the beginning of the segment of the show, we get like Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman come on the SmackDown, and we see a small backstage segment where Solo Sikoa and I guess are walking to the ring or walking in one of the hallways. Solo bumps into Ridge Holland. Ridge Holland just, I guess, says like, and then all of a sudden, and then I guess what they were trying to do with this segment is they were trying to give off the fact that Solo Sikoa is like extremely pissed off at what happened last week with Roman Reigns, and he's just not in the mood to talk to anybody and such. So if anybody like bumps into him or comes even near him, and he'll just Samoan spike the hell out of you, and then obviously his Falling Boots mate Sheamus comes out and says, "Hey Solo, you attacked my guy, and now I want to get my hands on you." So we got a match in the main event, which was okay for what it was, but it wasn't necessary and wasn't needed. It was just like a 15-minute match that didn't do much of anything. And then in the closing moments, we got the Usos coming out and attacking Solo Sikoa with super kicks, and then they start to leave, and then they come back in the ring and do a double Uso splash on Solo Sikoa to end the show. I mean, what more do you really want me to say about SmackDown? I feel like I could probably do an hour-long Wrestling Week in Review live stream. I could probably do like an hour-long live stream just about SmackDown. If JD from New York can do a hour and 44-minute live stream just on SmackDown alone, I'm sure I could do an hour-long live stream just based solely on me reviewing SmackDown. But again, that's just me. I don't think I could do it, which is why I decided to coin this Wrestling Week in Review, so that way I don't have to tie myself down to just one show and me reviewing just one show. I'll just watch all the shows that I can, and then I'll just review them all and then just review them all in 1 week. So that way I'll just review all the wrestling that happened this week and get it all done at once. Instead of doing what some people do and just do like a review of each show after each show happens. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that. Is anybody still here watching? If there's anybody that's still here watching, just type in the live chat yes, just so I know you're still here. I'm sure it's been a little while since someone has left a comment. So I just want to make sure that I'm not just talking to myself right now, because it says I've still got like 2 people watching, but I don't know if that's like 2 people that are actually watching or just 2 people. I don't know. But 46 minutes. Man, I've been going live for 46 minutes. That's incredible. That's incredible. But yeah, now AEW has now officially started its own 3rd show, Collision. C Wrestling, that's not even the real C Wrestling, so you can obviously yeah. You're not going anywhere. You're going down south. So, hope you enjoy it there. Hope you enjoy it. But yeah, AEW has now officially started its 3rd show, Collision, which, if I had to rate last week's show, I actually would have rated it like at least an 8 out of 10. Because, I mean, yes, the women's tag team match wasn't perfect, but then everything else was great. The opening promo by CM Punk was clearly... Well, I know some people aren't going to like me for saying this, but I think he's legit shooting on the Bucks. I think he's literally saying... he's literally saying what he wants, and he's clearly thinking, I'm gonna get away with whatever I want, because... And this is the thing. CM Punk is the reason we are now getting AEW Collision on Saturday nights. Warner Brothers basically made it... Basically, that was the ultimatum. It basically came down to an ultimatum. No CM Punk, no AEW Collision. He's the reason we're getting AEW Collision. And so far, the first episode was great. It was great. Clearly. And then... But who knows how long it's going to be. I mean, I'm sure the first AEW Dynamite was great. I'm sure the first AEW Rampage was pretty darn solid. But how long is it going to be before that shows I guess the shiny... I guess you could say an analogy that would work is that AEW Collision is like it's like getting a shiny new toy. It's like a kid getting a shiny new toy that he's been wanting for a long time. How long do you think it's going to be before he stops playing with that toy and starts playing with another toy that he hasn't played with in a long time? How long is it going to be before the fans start to hate Collision for whatever reason? Because wrestling fans will complain about everything. Even when wrestling is great, they will find something to complain about. And most of the time, it's mainly just because certain fans want certain wrestlers to be pushed. And even when the wrestling is great, they will say like, "Oh, it's still bad because this guy isn't getting pushed or this guy isn't getting pushed." Like, dude, the wrestling is great. Just accept it. Just accept that because most of the time it's gonna suck. And when it's especially when it comes to WWE recently, it sucked. But when it's great, it's great. And when it is great, you might as well just accept that and just sit back and watch the show because it's going to be. Because, yes, AEW Collision last week was great. I didn't, obviously, like I said, I don't have cable, so I can't get TNT or TBS. I can't watch it. But from what I did see on YouTube, because I am subscribed to their YouTube channel, from the clips that I watched, of, I guess, of the what WWE also does is that either during the show, like WWE does during their shows, they will. What WWE does during their shows is they will post clips of the recaps of all the segments and matches that are going on during the show. They do it for Raw, NXT, SmackDown, AEW. As soon as their show is over, they will start posting the videos of the recaps of all the segments from their Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision shows, and now their Collision shows. And from what I saw, it was really good. And I saw the guy that I'm subscribed to, JD from New York 206. I saw his post Collision live stream, and he said it was pretty darn good. So I trust him, and I trust him more than I trust a lot of the other IWC guys. I don't know many of them, just mainly JD, and I know Sean Ross Sapp and Ryan Satin for some reason. But yeah, well, that's about it. That's actually about it. And the fact that I'm actually going to be under an hour is actually pretty good. The fact that I'm actually under an hour for a live stream, for a wrestling live stream, or just any stream whatsoever, well, with my workout live streams, I've really been trying to set a limit to how long I go for those live streams. I'll go for like 40 minutes, maybe 45 or 50. But 40 minutes is usually about how long I'll go for a workout live stream. But then when it comes to my wrestling live streams, I usually will try to go for at least an hour because I feel like I can go for that long talking about it. It's probably one of the few things that I actually know I can talk about in full detail and actually give you my honest opinion on it. And who knows what. And yes, I will actually try to post more shorts onto my channels. So channels onto this channel. So be on the lookout for those. Be on the lookout for those, guys. But it is past 54 minutes, and I guess I'll end it at 55 minutes. Okay. Well, my legs. My legs is starting to get. I guess it's just the way I had one of my legs seated, and now it's sort of sore. This leg is sort of sore near my knee area. But hey, I just wanna say to everybody that I like doing these, and I just want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank everybody for coming, and just when I decide to do another workout live stream, I do not know. Maybe I'll try one. Maybe I'll try to do one on like someday next week. I'll do a workout live stream. I don't know when, but I will try. And even when I'm not doing a live stream, a workout live stream, I'm gonna try to work out more, even when I'm not doing a workout live stream. Because sometimes I feel like if I'm not doing it on the live stream, then what's the point of me working out? So I'm thinking I might need to stop uh, saying that. Like, I need to stop thinking like that, and I need to start actually like working out more, even when I'm not live streaming it, because I'm not gonna get to where I want to be if I don't consistently do it. Because for some reason I've gotten it in my head that if I'm not gonna live stream my workouts, then there's no point in me doing it. Because I want you guys to see the process of what I do. And Tony, if you're still watching and you maybe one day you wanna just when I go live for my workout live streams, it's usually I will want to do it usually between like 4 and like 5, usually between like 4 and 5 p.m. Very rare have I actually gone for a workout live stream that's like after that. It's like after that. But sometimes I will try to go for a live stream, usually between 4 and 5. And that's. But hey, I want to just thank everybody for joining me today. I don't really know what I'll be doing later today, but hey. But hey, thanks guys for joining me, and see you next week for a workout live stream someday. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen someday next week. I don't know when, but it will happen. And so, I guess until then, peace. Thanks guys for watching, and see you guys next week.